Hi friends, it's Miss Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit so still. Good job. We're going to do the more we get together. The more we get together, together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job. Right, I have my watermelon tree out tonight. So when we shake those watermelons down, we're going to take a big bite and go, there's a seed! So we got to spit those seeds out. Let's count those watermelons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way up high in the watermelon tree, 5 little watermelons smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the watermelon. There's a seed! How many watermelon now? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Way up high in the watermelon tree, 4 little watermelons smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the watermelon. There's a seed! How many watermelon now? 3. 1, 2, 3. Way up high in the watermelon tree, 3 little watermelons smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the watermelon. There's a seed! Good job. How many watermelon now? 2. 1, 2. Way up high in the watermelon tree, 2 little watermelons smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the watermelon. There's a seed! How many watermelon now? 1. Way up high in the watermelon tree, 1 little watermelon smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the watermelon. There's a seed! Good job, everyone. All right, today we're going to talk about the zoo. So we're going to read a couple different books that have zoo animals in it and talk about the zoo. What is your favorite animal at the zoo? Feel free to leave a comment down below. We're going to read our very first book, which is Abigail. And Abigail is a giraffe. Abigail. by Catherine Reiner. Abigail loved to count. It was her favorite thing. She counted the dots on the ladybugs. 1, 2, 3. But the ladybug scurried under a leaf. So Abigail counted the leaves on the tree. 4, 5, 6. But somebody was eating the leaves. Crunch, munch, lunch, said the zebra. Abigail really wanted to count, so she started counting the zebra stripes. 7, 8, 9. It's incredibly difficult to count when you are moving, Zebra, grumbled Abigail, but Zebra couldn't help it. There was no point of even trying to count cheetah splotches. Whoosh! He was too fast. Come back, everybody, said Abigail crossly. Oh dear, sighed Abigail. There must be something that I can count. I know one thing, whispered Ladybug. Follow me. Flowers, giggled Zebra. Come on, we'll help you count. Unfortunately, Abigail's friends were not very good at counting. 1, 2, 6, lots, said Zebra. 1, 3, 5, many, said Cheetah. It was impossible. But Abigail was very patient giraffe, and carefully she showed them how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They practiced all day long until at last their counting was nearly perfect. But by that time, it was dark. Oh no, grunted Zebra. How can we count when the stars are set? Cheetah's tail dropped and Ladybug frowned. But Abigail just smiled. Don't give up, everyone. Look! High above the stars were twinkling, and they were not going anywhere. Together, all night long. 3 friends and 1,267 stars, and 1 Abigail. Good job. Hi, Quinn. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, we're going to do clap your hands, my darling. We're going to start with hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. And we're going to do toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Fingers are wiggling, a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And eyes are hiding, peekaboo. Ready? Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Clap your hands, my darling. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Tap your toes, my darling. Fingers are wiggling, a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Fingers are wiggling, a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Fingers are wiggling, a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your fingers, my darling. Eyes are hiding, peekaboo. Eyes are hiding, peekaboo. Eyes are hiding, peekaboo. Peekaboo, my darling. Good job. All right, we're going to do slippery fish. So we got to get our fishies out. Our octopus, our tuna fish, our great white shark, and our humongous whale. And remember, they all live in the water. Slippery fish, slippery fish, sliding through the water. Slippery fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by an octopus, squiggling in the water. An octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a tuna fish, flashing in the water. A tuna fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. A great white shark, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a humongous whale, spouting in the water. Humongous whale, gulp, gulp, gulp. Brr. Excuse me. Good job. All right, we're going to do our 10 little fingers. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers. 10 little fingers on my hands. They wiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle all together. They wiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle all together. They wiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle all together. 10 little fingers on my hands. Clap them, and keep on clapping. Clap them, keep on clapping. Clap them, and keep on clapping. 10 little fingers on my hands. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers. 4 little, 5, 6 little fingers. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers. 10 little fingers on my hands. Good job. All right, we're going to do our elephants in the bathtub. So I'm going to have all my elephants waiting to hop into the bathtub. We're going to start with 1 elephant in the bathtub, going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. Let's add another, which makes 2. 2 elephants in the bathtub, going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. Let's add another, which gives us 3. 3 elephants in the bathtub, going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. Let's add another, which gives us 4. 4 elephants in the bathtub, going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. Think we can fit 1 more, which gives us 5. Uh-oh, they're not gonna make it. Let's try. We'll stick him down here. And there we go. 5 elephants in the bathtub, going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash. They all fell in. Good job, everyone. All right, our last book is going to be about an elephant and his friend, Amos McGee. This is a sick day for Amos McGee. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanked, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. He would wind his watch, set a pot of boiling water, saying to the sugar bowl, a spoonful for my oatmeal, and 2 for my teacup. Belly full for a workday, he ambled out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. Next stop to the city zoo. The bus driver could call. 6 a.m. right on time, he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making each move. He'd race with the tortoise, who never, ever lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. And at sunset, he would read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos woke up with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Ugh, I don't want to go to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself, and the rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stalk of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Well, where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Later that day, they walked and took the bus. "Hooray! My good friends are here," said Amos. The elephant prepared a game of chess, and Amos thought and thought before making each move. "I'm too tired to run today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid inside his shell, while Amos hid behind the covers. Yawned Amos. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos woke with a sneeze, and the rhinoceros was ready with his handkerchief. He was beginning to feel much better. His friends then helped him swing his legs out of bed. "Perhaps we should have a pot of tea." Amos wound his clock. "It's getting late," he said. "After all, we have the morning bus to catch." So Amos said goodnight to the elephant, goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl, who knows that Amos was afraid of the dark. So he read him a story aloud before turning out the light. Good job. All right, we're going to do Twinkle, Twinkle, and Little Star, and we wave goodbye. But before we do that, I want to remind you we are starting in-person story time. I do Time for Tots, Toddler Story Time, every Tuesday here at the Pueblo West Library at 10 and 10:30, and we do in-person Jammie Storytime every Thursday at 6:30 here at the Pueblo West Library. And of course, I'll always be here on Facebook every Thursday night at 7:30. Don't forget, we're also doing our summer reading program. Visit your library for more information. All right, let's do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Let's wave goodbye. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. Oh, with our friends it's story time. We wave goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. Oh, with our friends it's story time. We clap goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. With our friends it's story time. We stomp goodbye like this. Thank you so